So I released a video a while back where I was saying that in my relationship we don't argue, that we have learned how to solve conflicts the proper way. We always talk calmly. I told you guys that, and you guys said my relationship will be boring. And I'm just laughing at you guys. I'm really laughing at you guys. All those guys that commented my relationship will be boring because I have learned how to solve conflict in my relationship without losing respect in my woman's eyes. You guys said my relationship will be boring, and I'm laughing at you guys. There are 100 more ways to make a relationship interesting than accepting emotional and verbal abuse. And the reason why you guys are accepting this behavior is because you guys do it too. You don't know how to resolve conflicts. You don't have conflict management skills, and that is why you always shout at her. You always insult her when you are angry with her, and you think that's the proper way to solve conflict in a relationship. You think that's the proper way to solve conflicts. You are slowly losing her. You are winning arguments, but you are losing her. I gave you guys 3 reasons in my last video. I said number 1, you can never win an argument with her because you are winning the argument, but you are losing her. She's losing respect for you. She's losing attraction and interest in you the more you argue with her. I also told you guys that arguing with a woman will never make her remorseful. You won't get what you want out of arguing with her. You won't. It makes you lose respect in her eyes. She sees you as feminine. And I also told you guys that the 3rd reason why you should not argue with a woman is because of the fact that it shows that you are not in control of your emotions. If a woman can move you off center, if a woman can, behave in any way that can shift your emotions and make you sad, you that was happy before, you became immediately sad because you guys have an issue. If she knows that she's in control of your emotions, that she can make you emotionally unstable, guess what? She will take advantage of that knowledge and she will use you. She will misuse it and she will manipulate you. That is why you should never argue with a woman or show her that kind of negative emotion. There are better ways to resolve conflict in your relationship without arguing with her. But you guys said I'm boring. You said my relationship will be boring. So in this video, I'll give you 3 ways. I'm so used to reasons, but 3 ways to make your relationship interesting. 3 ways that you will be in a relationship with a woman and you will not bore her. I'm going to give you 3 ways to do that. That your woman will be so happy in the relationship that she will not be bored. I've told you guys before, if you have been listening to my videos, I've said women hate boredom. Women do not like boredom. So I'm here to give you guys 3 ways to make your relationship interesting. Number 1, live an interesting life. Live an interesting life. If you're an introvert, I'm sorry, you will bore a woman. Women cannot predict their future emotions. A woman can tell you at the beginning of a relationship, I will love you forever. I will never leave you. Oh, you're my world. Oh, we'll get married. You people will plan your... It's men that love. And as men love, no matter the bad behavior that the woman exhibits, they are trying to, correct her. They're trying to see how the relationship can work. It's men that do that more often. If a woman is not yet in love with you, okay, this is at the earlier stage of relationship, the woman is not yet emotionally attached to you. Any misbehavior from you, any red flag from you, any thing that does not sit well with her can turn her off and she's motivated to leave the relationship. When a woman is not emotionally attached to you, she doesn't fight for the relationship. Once you behave in any way that puts her off, or once you do anything that is a red flag to her or that she doesn't like, she's off. You have lost her because she's not yet emotionally attached to you. But a man, when he's in love, even before getting emotionally attached to his woman, he's trying to find ways to fix the relationship and fix her bad behaviors and try to make her his kind of woman. It's only men that do that. Women do not do that these days. A woman cannot predict her future emotion. When she's telling you I will love you forever and she's telling you all those sweet things at the beginning of the relationship, she doesn't know that it will get boring as time goes on. At that point in time, she cannot envisage that. She's so much in love. She feels it will remain that way. Do you understand? So as the relationship now gets boring, by function of your own behavior, because at the end of the relationship, you are the one in charge of how the relationship goes. You're the one in charge of how the relationship, seems to her, how much she feels the relationship and how much she enjoys the relationship. All those are in your hands. So if you're an introvert or you're not a guy who, goes out a lot, if you're not an adventurous guy who likes to have fun, do so many things, if you're not living an interesting life, what's an interesting life? An interesting life. An interesting life is what you denote as interesting to your own self. You might not like to go out a lot, but there are some interesting things you do. There are some hobbies you have that are very interesting, that can interest anybody, that can make anybody interested in you. An interesting life will make a woman interested in you. What are your hobbies? Do you like to swim? Do you swim habitually? Do you go hiking? Do you play table tennis? What's your hobby? Do you like to golf? Do you like to drift? Do you like to drive? What are your hobbies? Like I, for one, my hobby is driving. I like to drive. So when I meet a woman, we go on a night drive. I take her driving. Just in the night, in the cool of the night, we just go out and we take a night drive, all around town, talking, playing music, gisting, laughing. That's the vibe. That's an interesting life. I do that periodically, very, very often. Pick a hobby. Pick 1 or 2 hobbies or 3 hobbies and let your life revolve around those things that you really enjoy doing. That is how to live an interesting life. You need to live an interesting life, bro. If you want other people to be interested in you, it's non-negotiable. You need to live an interesting life. Even if you're an introvert, there are some things that you can do. There are some things that you enjoy doing. Find those things and do them habitually. It will help you meet new people who will be interested in you because that is also their interest. Let's say you like to hike. Maybe every Saturday you go hiking, you climb mountains, or you like to gym. Then you go to the gym, you meet a lot of people who are interested in bodybuilding, who are interested in gymming. You meet them, you guys have something in common. You guys link up. You can meet so many people in the gym. You can meet so many people when you go hiking. You can meet so many people when you go outdoors. Live an interesting life. You don't need to have so much money to live an interesting life. Find 1 or 2 or 3 hobbies that can put you around people that can help you socialize, and do that. You can meet a lot of friends, have a circle of people who just go out and have fun. You can meet a lot of women that way. You can meet a lot of men that way. You can build your network that way by living an interesting life. Leave your house and go out and have fun. I'm not saying you should go out and have fun. Do the things that you like to do. You know what you like to do. Plan your week, plan your month, plan your days around those things you like to do, and make sure you do them habitually. That is how to live an interesting life. If you live an interesting life, people will be interested in you, and guess what? Your life will not be boring. Women will not find you boring. You have a lot of things to talk about when you're talking to women. You bring them into your life and take them on a ride in your life, because your life is full of ups and downs, mysteries, different things, hobbies. That is how to live an interesting life. You need to live an interesting life. If you don't want to bore your one, you need to live an interesting life. Find hobbies, find things you like to do, and do them. And then be adventurous. When I say be adventurous, try new things. Try new things. Try new things. Now, the second way to not bore your woman is for you to be spontaneous. You have to be a spontaneous guy. Most of you guys, when you want to go on a date with your woman, you're always planning, we'll do it 10 p.m. at this location at this time. No, I'd be in a relationship, yes, you set all those days, and but sometimes it's spontaneous. Just drive up to her house, or just call her, go somewhere, call her, come and meet me here. That is spontaneity. Or just drive up to her house, tell her, dress up, come out, I'm outside. She comes out, very spontaneous. You don't always have to plan things with a woman. She wants to. Women are adventurous. Even the introverted ones are adventurous. You take them on a ride in your life. Do you understand? Be spontaneous. You don't have to always plan things, this way to be this way. No. Sometimes just go up to her, surprise her. That is part of spontaneity. That's part of spontaneity. There are so many ways to be spontaneous that I can't even say. Part of spontaneity is to not always be present. Don't always give her your attention. Don't always give her validation, compliments. Don't always do good things for her. It is part of spontaneity. You don't have to always be present. Sometimes just disappear for like some hours. Get busy doing other things. That's what I mean. I'm not saying you start playing games. No, I don't advise men to play games. But be spontaneous. Sometimes just get busy, put off your phone, focus on your work, focus on whatever you are doing that brings you money, focus on other things that are important to your life. Let her try to reach you and not be able to reach you. Let her wonder about you. Let her think about you. What's going on with this guy? Is he losing interest in me? I'm not saying you should do this thing as a game, but I'm telling you the effect you getting busy with other things we have in her, to her. When you disappear on her, when you get busy with other things that really matter in your life, when you truly get busy, she's trying to reach you, she cannot reach you, it will naturally get her to start thinking, what's happening? Where is he? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? Do you get it? The more she wonders about you, the more she thinks about you, the more she falls in love with you. The more you are on her mind, the more she gets emotionally attached to you. And that should be your goal. Getting her emotionally attached to you. That should be your goal. Because if you don't have a woman emotionally attached to you, she will still be motivated to leave the relationship whenever you behave badly, whenever you make any mistakes, whenever you turn her off, even unintentionally. Sometimes there are some things men do that turn our women off. But because she's emotionally attached to you, she will just overlook it. She won't care about it. But if she's not yet emotionally attached to you, if she's just in love with you or has feelings for you, that is enough to put her off that behavior. Be spontaneous. Don't always be present. Don't always give too much of your time. Don't always give too much of your attention. Don't always give too much of your resources. If you give too much, all of them, they lose value in her eyes. And once your stuff has lost value in her eyes, once a woman will only stay with a man that she values. Do you understand? That she knows has value in the eyes of other men, in the eyes of other women. So if you are giving her all your time and your attention and your resources and everything, and they lose value in her eyes, guess what? She will see you finish. There's nothing to you anymore. On to the next man, on to the next guy. But if you give it in batches, you give your attention, you remove it, you get busy with other things. I'm not saying you should fake your busyness. No, you get busy with other things. You have other things. That's why I said first, you live an interesting life. Living an interesting life will help you see life outside her. Your focus will not be on her. Your focus will be on other important things in your life. Yes, she's important in your life, fine. But she should not be the most important thing in your life. Get busy with other things. Get busy with your work. Get busy with your hobbies. Get busy with your family. Get busy with other things that should actually be important in your life. Let her wonder about you. That will help you to see life outside her. Then when you are now, busy doing all these things, she will be thinking more about you. She will be falling more in love with you. She will be getting more emotionally attached to you. It's to get to a stage in a relationship when a woman is emotionally attached to you, that there's nothing you do that can make her leave you. That is the truth of the matter. It will get to a stage where a woman will be emotionally attached to you, that you might behave in some certain ways, in some, so you might exhibit some of her red flags, and she will not still leave you because she's emotionally attached to you. When a woman is emotionally attached to you, she will now be the one who will try to make the relationship not boring. She will be the one bringing things up. If you have not gotten your woman to this stage, that's how you know that she's not yet emotionally attached to you. If you were spontaneous before, you were doing things and you got her emotionally attached to you through whatever means, through whatever way, if the relationship is boring, she will be the one trying not to make it boring. She will be the one putting more effort into the relationship to make it work. At that stage of emotional attachment, when she has that for you. But if you have not gotten out to that stage, she will relent. You'll be the one doing more work. So that's why, as a man, you have to do the work until you get emotionally attached to you. Then you can now relent. And I'm not saying you should relent, because at that time, at that point in time, that should be your normal life. You should be an interesting guy. You should be a spontaneous guy. That should just be you normally. So you don't have to be pretending or forming anything to get emotionally attached to you anymore. So that's the stage where you can, if you want to relent, you can relent. But I'm telling you that it's still possible to break the emotional attachment that she has for you if you relent. So it's not only about building and it's not only about, sparking attraction and building the emotional attachment. You still have to learn how to maintain it. And you can learn more about this in my course, Become a Complete Man. It will be in the description. So hit the link in the description to get Become a Complete Man video course. You need that course. You just hit the link on the bio to get it. So now the third way to not bore your woman is you need to know about punishment and reward. See, if you do too much good for a woman, okay, she will lose interest in you. Why? You are feeding her too much positive emotion. There has to be a balance to her emotion. Women are emotional creatures. Men are emotional too, but women are more emotional than men. Take it or leave it. That's the truth. To be able to get a woman emotionally attached to you, you need to speak to her emotion. You need to talk to her emotions. You need to be the one that she can rely on emotionally. So you need to become an emotionally stable guy. An emotionally stable guy is a guy who is not always in his emotions. Two emotional people cannot be in a relationship. That relationship will not work. As a man, you have to be the emotionally stable one. And as a woman, naturally, she'll be emotionally erratic. Do you understand? That's what they call mood swings. Sometimes she might be happy, next minute she's sad. That is the way women are wired. That's the way they are. If you ask them, what's the reason why you're sad? She doesn't know. I'm not telling you to be a comedian. I'm not telling you to be the guy who always tries to cheer up. No, mood swings have their own place in the relationship. They are supposed to be there for it. They are there for a reason. You need to be able to find a balance to her positive and negative emotions. If you feed her too much positive emotions, she will lose feelings for you. If you feed her too much negative emotions, she will lose feelings for you. And part of that negative emotions is that arguing I talked about before, that you guys like to do. quit arguing with a woman you will not hear. You say my relationship is boring because I don't argue. And I'm laughing at you guys. If you think emotional and verbal abuse is what makes a relationship interesting, then you have a long way to go, because I've devised a means to retain my respect. Even in the midst of misunderstanding, you guys say, my relationship will be boring, and I laugh at you. My relationship is 100 times more interesting than yours, because I know about punishment and reward. Don't give her too much positive emotions. Don't give her too much negative emotions. Find the balance. When she does bad, make sure that you don't reward her. You make her suffer the consequences of her bad actions. When she does good, make sure that you reward her. Make sure you reward her, no matter how little. Buy something for her, or you can cook that day. You can do a kind gesture for her when she has done good. When everything is just at a plateau stage, she has done neither good or wrong, that is the time to be spontaneous. That is the time to be spontaneous. Everything has its place. When the relationships are at a plateau, there is neither misunderstanding or something that will make the relationship really, or make her really happy in the relationship. That is the time to be spontaneous. Do something spontaneous. When she has done something wrong, make sure that she suffers the consequence of her actions. When she has done something right, make sure that she rewards her. If she's consistently good towards you, make sure you constantly reward her. Don't make a woman feel unappreciated. When she does good things, reward her. Make sure you reward the woman when she does good to you. You understand? And when she does bad, make sure that she suffers the consequences of her actions. Every punishment should go with an appropriate misbehavior. You don't punish her more than the misbehavior. Let's say she misbehaves. Let's say maybe she just shouts at you, and then you are punishing her for cheating on you. You are giving her the punishment you're supposed to give her for cheating on you. That's breaking up or leaving her. That's what if a woman cheats on you, you break up with her. There's no forgiveness there. There is no forgiveness. You break up with her. You understand? But if she just shouts at you, and that's a boundary that you guys are setting in a relationship already, that you guys don't shout at each other, shouts at you, you can give an appropriate punishment, like removing your attention from her. You don't pay her any attention for some time. When she comes back to apologize, forgive her immediately. Do you understand me? That's an appropriate punishment for that kind of behavior. Appropriate punishment should go with the misunderstanding. Every misunderstanding every misunderstanding must have an appropriate punishment. That's what I'm saying. Don't do too much. Don't try to punish her excessively. No. When she does good, reward her. And in reward, you can even go excessively and reward her excessively. There's no problem with that. If a woman treats you well, if a woman treats you right, make sure you reward her. These are the ways to make your relationship not boring. Intertwine all these things I've said, all these 3 ways I've said, and do them intermittently, and watch your relationship be perfect. When you get emotionally attached to you, you won't have to worry about all these things. There's a stage you get to with a woman that she sees cheating on you cheating on you as a sin. You know the way you cannot just do something. That's the way the woman will see cheating on you as. But I want to tell you that it takes time. It takes intentionally, doing these things I've talked about, and then you see a positive change in your relationship. You understand me, guys? One love. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, guys. Catch you guys later. One love, my G's.